Do plant-based dieters have the moral high ground because the diet supposedly causes less suffering? Hey, this is Josh from Vitality Maximize. You can find us on YouTube, Odyssey, Telegram, Facebook, and Instagram for insightful content to help you navigate and maximize your health and wellness journey. A common assertion from the plant-based dieters is that meat eating causes more suffering. Why do they cause more suffering according to them generally? One, animals are killed unethically. It's a fair point. How about, buying meat with halal or kosher certifications? How about buying from pasture-raised, grass-fed animal products? Is that something that you could look to do? See if the unethical slaughtering is an issue. I hope it ain't an issue. The second one being that animals are sentient, they say, and cool, fine, they have a consciousness and all of that, but aren't plants sentient as well? Aren't they capable of sensing and feeling? According to the plant-based dieters, no. They think that because they don't move, don't have a nervous system, that implies a lack of sentience. Let's put that to the test, shall we? There's been some research on plants that were able to learn and respond to their environments, right? They also have mechanisms to respond to herbivory and physical damage, leaf and fruit removal, temperature variations, light changes, and also exposure to different fertilizers and chemicals. When these happen, respiration and photosynthesis diminish, and short and long-term repair and resistant mechanisms are induced. There's also the role of the phloem. For those who don't know what the phloem is, here is what it looks like. Sorry. Many people think that the phloem is known for mainly nutrient transport, but new research from Fromm and Luntner, Favre and Augusti, Yan and Al, and older research from Bose found that the phloem have another function that's similar to the animal and human nervous system. Older and even newer research on plant sentience even found that plants are capable of carrying out action potentials as well as mediating electrical signals via cytoplasmic calcium concentrations. There is also research that plants have a brain or command center in the roots, and they're found in the transition zone, which helps us regulate the flow of nutrients. It also solidifies the common saying that one thing that I learned from about plants is that the plant is basically an upside down human. Interesting enough, but could be true. And then lastly, we have the work of Charles Darwin, who in his work The Power of Movements of Plants, he said the following based on observation: we believe that there is no structure in plants more wonderful as far as its functions are concerned than the tip of the radicle. If the tip is slightly pressed or burnt or cut, it transmits an influence to the upper adjoining part, causing it to bend away from the affected side. And what is more surprising, the tip can distinguish between a slightly harder and softer object by which it is simultaneously pressed on opposite sides. All this goes to show that plants are indeed sentient and do have a consciousness. Hence, if you do not want to be eating anything that is sentient, you may as well eat nothing. Even water you don't deserve to drink, because water has an intelligence. And if you want to learn more about water and its intelligence, I suggest you visit the work of Veda Austin. She puts out some really good content about, the intelligence of water. A couple more observations from me. I noticed that, plant-based dieters are often animal lovers. And I also have sensed that some emotional attachment to animals as well. There's nothing wrong with loving animals, but I do find it a little worrisome that there's a bit of excessive attachment to animals particularly. And to me, this senses to me, problems with, copper regulation, as well as, any abandonment issues that you may have had in your childhood. This typically are major causes of emotional attachment in excessive ways. And the second observation I've noticed is that, especially those who think that plants aren't sentient, right? These people do not understand this one rule of life, and that is, in order for an ecosystem to thrive, one has to die or suffer in order for one to live and be nourished. Human beings die every day. Should we stop bacteria and microorganisms in the Earth's crust from properly digesting dead human beings? With bacteria and microorganisms, do they like losing bacteria, microorganisms, and minerals from the Earth's crust to various plants? With plants, do they like to be uprooted from the soil and be eaten by animals and human beings? Do deers like getting eaten by lions and cheetahs? What actually happens if humans don't eat plants and animals don't eat other animals or plants don't eat nutrients and microorganisms from the soil, or no, microorganisms don't eat dead human beings and animals? You know what will happen? Nothing will cease to exist. I'd like to know your thoughts and feelings. Are plants sentient? Should we never eat animals because they are sentient? Do plant-based dieters have this moral high ground because there's less suffering, supposedly, with their diets? That is on you to decide. Thank you for your time, and signing off.